I don't care if it's 62 million men or 62 million visits. I don't care. Men, let me tell you straight.
62 million men visited a website in the month of February detailing and sharing tips and tricks on how to drug and sexually assault women. As someone who lives in South Africa, where the gender-based violence ratio is, I feel, a lot higher here than other areas of the world, this disgusts me more than anything. And please go watch that creator's full video because, yes, I agree with every single word he said. And I also want to add a few points. The men in my life would never consider visiting this website, don't even know that this website exists. They are advocates for women's rights. They will do anything to protect the women in their lives. And there are a lot of men like that. And we can make more men like this. Because if every man in my life is like that, then that shows me that we can influence even more men to be less violent. I make this point to say that there is a possibility for us to live in a world where women can be safer around groups of men. Because he also made a good point. If he told you, jump into that pit of snakes, only one of those snakes is poisonous, would you jump into that pit of snakes? No. That's the same point with women. If you told a woman, go into that room full of men, only one of them is a sexual assaulter, you don't know who, would she go into that room surrounded by all those men? Other men that would probably defend that man? No. And here's the thing. I grew up in another African country, Malawi, where the GBV rate is also very high, and it's also a nation full of men that will defend each other's terrible behavior. And even in that country, the men in my life, the men I'm surrounded by, would never defend any man in their circle or outside their circles for assaulting anyone, man or woman. They would not even entertain the idea of someone joking or thinking about assaulting another person, because that's the kind of men that I grew up around. Those are the kind of men that raised me, and those are the kind of men I look for to be my friends, to be my chosen family. Those are the men that I choose to have in my life. And still, I encounter men with mindsets that make me take a step back and remind me that, oh, not all men think the way I do. And that scares me because it makes me worry for the women in my life. Especially in a country like South Africa, where again, the GBV rate is a lot higher than a lot of other countries. I just wanted to make this video to remind the men out there to check the men around them, shake the tables they sit at, and do not accept friends or family who would do something like this to another person. Thank you.